working on a new project. I'm working on a couple of altered books. I'm just, well, I'll show you what books I'm working on first. I am doing, one is a children's board book, and I am completely altering the entire thing. Starting with collaging and painting over all the pages. And I just started, so there's that one, and I am also working on another book. This one's a Reader's Digest. These are both kind of still wet, but I don't care. And the reason I wanted this one is because I really, really love these roses on here, and I'm just probably going to leave that as is and work on the spine on the inside. Work on the spine and on the inside. So I just opened up to a middle page, and well, first for this one I painted a layer of just white paint over the words of the page, and then I did and I used gesso to glue on the collage pieces. And then I did, well, not with this one, I haven't done any extra painting. I've just done the collage. But with this one, I have done extra painting, and mainly with just white mixed with a light teal color paint, acrylic, over the collage. And I also used some paper to kind of pull off some of the paint so I could see some of it, like the bird here and the flowers here. And then I just added another couple of pieces over here on top. And then once this dries, I can do anything with it. I can write in it. I can do more paintings in it. It's just an, an art journal. Same as this one. They're just going to be personal art journals probably. But I just like to paint, and I like to do collages, so, and I was in the mood for it, so that's what I'm doing today. And I got a bunch of collage, scraps for collage, and I got the gesso. I made this gesso at home. I really like it. I've never used it before for this kind of project, so I didn't have any, so I looked online, and here's my recipe. It's a 1/4 cup of warm water, an 1/8 cup of white glue, 4 tablespoons cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon acrylic paint. Sorry about my hideous handwriting, that's just the way it is. And I think I will work on the board book, and I'm going to put this off to the side because this one's still a little bit wetter than the other one, so that's going to take longer to dry. But this one, if it stays wet, the pages are like kind of, very stiff, so they're not going to easily stick together. But I'm going to go ahead and do this page right here. And I don't care if it gets a little bent because it's going to get messy anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually start with a layer of white paint because I want to get as much of this with the I want to get as much covered as possible. So I'm just going to do a layer of white paint, and then I'll do put on some collage elements. There we go. I'm just using cheap acrylic paint. I don't even know where I got it. I got tons of paint, so just gonna do a really quick layer here just to cover up, make it, not so starkly colored with the, images of the book. So it's gonna be this will be completely covered eventually, but I just don't like to I just like to have a layer of white on there, or some color, but And I'm going to be using, I did blue on the last page. I'm going to be doing kind of brown and gold for this page. And then I'm going to probably do another page on the other book off camera because I like to work in at least 2 books at a time. So I can, you know, have drying time for all the glue and the paint and stuff like that. And I'm just going to use the gesso to just put on some collage pages. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. I do like this bird. I'll put that on last. Okay. Put this over on the side, I think. It just has a lot of glue in it, so that's mainly what's holding it on. And then I'll tear off extra pieces afterwards. And after I do a layer of, after I get all the paper, the collage pages on, and then I'll paint some gold and brown on there somewhere. Here's a cool one. I'm just going to leave this one as is. I keep scraps of everything, so. Most of these are going to get covered up, so. But I still like to use, you know, pretty scraps anyway, just because. And ugly ones like this. But that's alright. Because it all looks cool in the end, in my opinion. Well, hopefully it will. I like the first 2 I did, so I don't see why these aren't going to turn out just as good. Not sure why I'm trying to line these up, but I just guess I am, for whatever reason. And it'll start, you'll be able, once it starts drying, you'll start being able to see some of the, you know, color images coming through. I'm mainly trying to get all the images of on the book page covered up. And still keeping some of the, you know, like butterflies showing, flowers showing, things like that. And what I also like to do is just, let me use that one, but kind of peel off some of the extra paint. Places where I want to see more of the images. bird right here. I'll leave that little arrow there, that's cute. And after I get this bird here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start painting some brown and gold. I'm gonna mix it with just a color paint right on the book itself. And I don't usually paint here. This is where I make videos. But I usually paint in the kitchen. But I don't like to paint here on the desk, so. But this was a relatively small project and it was going to be quick, so it'll be easy to clean up if I make a mess. Which I might. I just reorganized all my art supplies again. Doesn't want to come out. I'm making a mess here. There's a paint skin here underneath the lid. I haven't opened these for a while. And white. And I don't do a lot of painting, but I do a lot more junk journaling. But painting is actually my favorite thing to do in all types of art. So I just enjoy it more than anything else. I'm gonna lift that up off the bird pretty soon. Way more. I'm using up my scraps because I forgot to grab something else to use. Oh, it's okay. Here we go. I want to do it here. I just do a lot more gold over here. I want to do a little bit of accents of blue somewhere around on the page. I'm not sure yet. I like how it is coming out. I need something right here. I'll do this Chinese writing piece. I need some gesso. like that. It's pretty. And later I can paint in something else, other things on it. Flowers, butterflies, my favorite things. Some butterflies showing, but there we go. All right. I do like it. I think I prefer how the blue ones turned out though. Better, but these are still nice. This one is like my favorite of all the ones that I've done today. I wish I would have been able to have that bird stand out a little bit more, but I can maybe even just paint them over. And anyway, this is what I did today, and sorry about the mess, and sorry about not having any videos lately. I've been, like I said, organizing my supplies, and I also got a new sewing machine, and I've been doing a lot of sewing projects, which I probably won't do videos on because nothing has turned out really good because I'm still learning. But I am working on it. Once I get to be better, I will do videos on that too as well. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.